a narcissist can control our brain and our personality in our life. This can be explained by neuroscience as well, according to Dr. Darlene Lancer, DJ LMFT. This is on Psychology Today. We all have such people in our lives, whether it's our boss or our teachers or even our spouses or even our parents. Now, a new study sheds light on how other people influence our mind. Research on mice, whose brains are remarkably similar to humans, reveals that our brains are affected by those around us. The key factor is dominance. The brain of the subordinate mouse synchronized to the dominant mouse, and this likely applies to our relationships. Typically, people with stronger personalities make the decisions to get their needs met more often than their partners do. And also, let's remember that narcissists are also very charming, so it's not it's very easy to admire them and have them influence our lives and even fall in love with them. Now, other factors play a part here. The more the mice interacted with each other, the more their brain actively was synced. Hence, the longevity and intensity of a relationship affect the degree to which those close to us have influence over us. A further twist on brain synchrony turns over on two types of brain cells. One set is focused on our own behavior, and a second set focuses on other people. How we think and where we place our attention matters. At Carnegie Mellon University, neuroscientists are tracking our thoughts with fMRI brain scans to see which areas and neurons light up. Self and other neurons light up in varying degrees among certain populations. Dominance versus balance in relationships. I'll make another video on, of course, the 40 defining things to expect in relationships with a narcissist. That will be in another video. But right here, we're talking about the fact that the neuroscience has found that it does exist in how they control our brain. Now, dominance versus balance in relationships. Ideally, friendships and intimate relationships are balanced so that both friends and partners have an equal say in decision making. Overall, both individuals get their needs met. They each are able to assert themselves and negotiate on their own behalf. There is give and take and compromise. This is an interdependent relationship and it requires autonomy, self-esteem, mutual respect, and assertive communication skills. Contrast relationships where power is imbalanced, such as in abusive relationships, one individual leads and the other follows. One dominates and the other accommodates. Some relationships are characterized by constant conflict and power struggles. As she says here, my book, Conquering Shame and Codependency, describes traits and motivations of master and accommodator personalities. The master here, of course, the aggressive and motivated to maintain power control, is a narcissist, while the accommodator is passive and motivated to maintain love and connection. This is in most cases, of course, the victim here. Now, most of us have aspects of both types in our personality, although some people predominantly fall into one category. For example, many codependents are accommodators, and most narcissists prefer to be, of course, the masters. And how our partner controls our brain. Brain synchronization enables the dominant animal to lead and subordinate animals to read its cues and follow. And what does this mean for our relationships as humans, of course? The new research suggests that in unequal relationships, the dominant partner's brain entrains that of the subordinate partner, whose brain will synchronize with it. This pattern becomes more established the longer the couple interacts, even though some individuals may be assertive and appear to behave independently prior to or outside the relationship. Once they're attached to a master, they increasingly accommodate the dominant partner. There are many variables at work, but presumably brain synchronization is one that makes it harder for the subordinate person in the relationship to think and act autonomously and challenge the power imbalance. Now, people who are accommodators focus on others more than themselves. They admit to losing themselves in relationships. They monitor and adapt to other people's needs, wants, and feelings. And if you ask them what's on their mind, it's usually about someone else. one might suppose that their other neurons, quote unquote, light up to more consistently than self neurons. Their personalities prime them to do so, and in contrast, brains of masters and narcissists probably light up self neurons more than other neurons, that is, accommodating others. How to combat this brain control? Well, I would say that, because I have had various narcissists, the best thing is to just keep away from them. Now, how to combat brain control? The synchronization process happens automatically and outside of our conscious control. It supports healthy relationships by allowing partners to be in sync and read each other's cues and minds. We know what our partner feels and needs, and when there's mutuality, love deepens and happiness multiplies for both. On the other hand, where this process is in the service of one partner controlling the other, the relationship, of course, becomes toxic. Love and happiness wither and die, of course, because it's really abusive, isn't it? It's just self-love for the dominant one. Now, the dominant partner has no incentive to give up control. It's up to the subordinate partner to change the relationship dynamics. In doing so, power in the relationship may rebalance. Regardless, he or she will have gained the autonomy and mental strength to enjoy a better life or leave the relationship. Basic steps to making these changes are: 1. Learn all you can about codependency and abuse. 2. Join Codependence Anonymous and begin psychotherapy. 3. Build your self-esteem. 4. Learn not to react to put-downs or your partner's attempts to control and manipulate you. Learn not to react, okay, because, sometimes they can become very abusive. 5. Learn to be assertive and set boundaries, even though, in my opinion, the narcissists are going to totally turn around everything as if everything is your fault and not theirs. That's always the way they work. So even the boundaries don't work, in my opinion. But anyway, number 6, develop activities and interests you participate in without your partner. Although I would venture to say that the partner has you in such control that you have no free time for yourself. Number 7, learn mindfulness, meditation to strengthen your mind. Yes, that is your own spirit, your own soul, and you have total control over that, your inner kingdom, your inner person. And of course, going to your spiritual confessor and your father, spiritual father, for his direction really, really helps. And that's what, in my case, was my psychotherapy, and that really, really helped me. And of course, the relationships many times, whether you're friends, spouses, whatever, whoever is abusive to you, is perhaps better that you have self-esteem for yourself and boundaries, and perhaps just stop the relationships to protect yourself. So I'll leave links below for you for this on Psychology Today by Darlene Lancer. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.